Good morning. I am 3 minutes earlier today, so I'm a little later than usual because I, I waited for the elevator for like 5 minutes. Living in New York. Good morning, Jean. Good morning, Yanni. Oops, sorry guys. A little bit of shaking. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Mary. Another Mary. Green. Good. I'm just gonna walk to that little pond. Take me exactly 1 minute, and then we can start. Can somebody please tag Gina? I saw that she said good morning in yesterday's podcast. Confused it with this one because I wasn't here at 7:25 as I usually am. Good morning, Sandra. Sure, Yanni. Yes, I'll send you your location. You mean just like a pin? Location pin? All right. I do want to set up the camera. So here would be good. Sure, Yanni. Yes, I'll send you the pin. Hey, my favorite rock is taken. So I just have to find something else. Good morning, Judy. We're about to start. Just trying to figure out the phone so that it doesn't go into the water. It's a little windy today. Ay. Sorry, Kaki. If you get seasick, please close your eyes for a moment. So let's do that. Oh, come on. Okay. There you go. All right, it is time for us to start. And today is day 7 of our Real Love series, which means we've been doing the loving kindness practice together for the past 6 days nonstop. And plus, of course, you've done this practice on multiple occasions before in the past 3 years. So I wonder, have you noticed any particular changes in yourself the more you do the practice? And maybe your answer is yes, and it's wonderful. Maybe your answer is no, and it's equally wonderful. Let me explain. More often than not, the benefits of meditation practice, whatever the practice is, like loving kindness or any other kind, reveal themselves very quietly. A profound transformation can happen very inconspicuously. There may be no big bang of any earth-shattering insights, and you notice the change only when you surprise yourself with a new, more skillful and tranquil response to a situation that would have certainly driven you crazy in the past, and sometimes not so distant past. Incidentally, this is why I called my coaching and retreat company Quiet Transformation, because my experience of transformation was exactly like that. Quiet, seemingly unnoticeable, and yet pretty much everything about me changed. Super curious how it works, right? It's exactly this that Sharon Salzberg speaks to in the chapter she titled Being Love. Let me read it for you, and then we'll do a practice together. This is what she writes. When we opened the Insight Meditation Society in 1976, we didn't have any programming scheduled for the first month. Those of us who were there decided to do a retreat for ourselves. I decided to do intensive loving kindness practice, which I had long wanted to do. And even though I didn't have a teacher to guide me, I relied on my knowledge of the structure of the practice, beginning with offering loving kindness to yourself and then gradually expanding the circle to include more people and eventually all living beings. And so I began. I spent the whole first week offering loving kindness to myself, and I just felt nothing. No bolts of lightning, no great breakthrough moments. In fact, it felt pretty dreary. And then something happened to a friend of ours in Boston, so several of us suddenly had to leave the retreat. I was upstairs in one of the bathrooms, getting ready to go, when I dropped a large jar of something on the floor, and the jar shattered. To my amazement, I noticed that the first thought that came to my mind was, "You're really a klutz, but I love you." Look at that, I thought. You could have given me anything in the course of that week to persuade me that something was happening, and I would have said no. I felt nothing. Yet all along, something deep and profound was shifting. And that's how we know if the practice is working or not. Our efforts likely won't show results in the formal period we dedicate to meditation each day. Rather, they will show in our lives, which of course is where it really counts. When we make a mistake, when we feel unseen, when we want to celebrate our ability to care, we will see the effects when we meet a stranger, when we face adversity. Our response will show us whether the practice is working or not. The results reveal themselves both as a result of our dedicated practice and because loving kindness is an accessible tool no matter what situation we're in. It's easy to integrate it into our life. And the difference between a life laced through with frustration and a life sustained by happiness depends on whether it is motivated by self-hatred or by real love for ourselves. There are some factors that either limit or increase our ability to come from a genuine place of real love for ourselves. We'll talk about them in the following sessions, but right now, let's just do a loving kindness practice together with that in mind. Even if nothing happens, even if you feel that the practice is not working, no super insights, no warmth in your heart, or whatever you are looking for, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. It doesn't mean it won't work. Today we will continue focusing on sending the energy of loving kindness to ourselves. We'll do it for the next few days until we are really ready to include other people in our circle. So, as always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle. Settle into our body, our mind, our heart. Settle into this moment, right here, right now. Soft and nice breath, natural, no need to force anything. Everything flows by itself. And you're just feeling the natural flow of your breath, in and out. No struggle. Allow all the experiences of the present moment to flow through you as energy. Whatever thoughts, emotions, physical sensations arise, let them pass through you as energy that they are. And now imagine a person, a being, who represents the force of love for you. Maybe they helped you somehow directly, or maybe you just admire them from afar. It could be a mythical, a historical being, it could be your pet. See if you can really bring this being into this moment with you. Get a sense of their presence. If you're a visual person, perhaps you can visualize them. If you're not a visual person, just sensing their presence. And then experience yourself as the recipient of their loving energy, their kind attention, their care. As you repeat the loving kindness phrases after me. And imagine that this person or this being is saying those phrases to you. And you just receive. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you feel healthy. May you feel at ease. I'll be silent for about a minute, and you continue repeating these phrases, or maybe you want to find other words that express your heart's yearnings, your deep wishes for yourself. If your mind wanders, no worries. Remember, it's totally fine. This is what our mind does. Simply come back to your phrases. Use these words as your touchstone, your anchor, your grounding force. All sorts of different emotions may arise. You may feel great, you may feel awful. It's all good. Nothing is inherently good or bad. It just is. So let whatever experiences arise to pass through you as energy that they are. Allow yourself to receive the loving kindness energy from that being you chose, knowing that you deserve it, you are worth it. You're worthy of all the love, happiness, health, and ease. Now gently let go of the phrases and take a moment to allow the quality of loving kindness to settle into your heart. And then maybe imagine that this loving kindness energy flows back into the world from your heart. And when you're ready, scan your body, letting go of your practice. Notice what's going on for you right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you, really? And as you go through your day today, I invite you to start noticing if anything in the way you respond to life's circumstances has changed. Maybe like Sharon Salzberg, you suddenly become more loving towards yourself in a very obvious, very verbal way. Maybe it's something more subtle. Or maybe you don't notice anything yet. It's all good. Remember, the practice of meditation in general teaches us to meet ourselves where we are in our journey. Nothing is good or bad, it just is. So whatever you're noticing around the effects of the loving kindness practice in your daily life is not necessarily good or bad, it just is. Enjoy this process. And as always, if you're inspired to share your experience with our community, our Sangha, please do so in the comments to the videos or use this new chat that I created called Mindful Mornings Private Chat. It's in the Messenger. So many options. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.